as I share with you the steps of a very special kit called Felt, Mitten, and Heart Pockets. I'm Mary Mulari, and I've developed this project for you. I hope that you're going to enjoy trying this and sharing with friends and family. Here are the two shapes that are included in the kit, and they have a top opening, so you can insert something like a gift card, candy, money, small things, or maybe you just use them as they are as very cute Christmas tree decorations. I've also made one from felt, which is totally sewn by hand. So you can do this project by machine or sewing by hand. So we'll start by looking at the kit, and it is looking like this. The first thing you'll see is the instruction page, and then back here you'll see that there are 3 pieces of colored felt that coordinate, and also a small bag of supplies and notions needed to complete the project. Here are the pieces in that small bag. You'll get 3 pieces of decorative trim, you get a spool of thread, you get a hand sewing kit with a needle inside, you get a pom-pom, 4 paper clips, and an assortment of buttons. And all of this is for you to use to decorate. If you have anything at home that you could use, add that to this set of supplies. The other thing that you'll need are some basics, and these are listed also in the instruction booklet. You'll need a ruler, and it could be a 6-inch ruler. You'll need a pencil, and you'll need a pair of scissors. And if you have them, or you have access to a pair of pinking shears, you'll see that sometimes they're really great to use for trimming the project. And then if you're using dark colors of felt, sometimes it's hard to see with the pencil. So you could take an old bar of soap and use that edge to mark on a dark color. So we'll start then by looking at some of the felt combinations. And here's a little different one, red, black, and Kelly green. And then there is a blue one, shades of blue with cream. And you'll see some of the other combinations also. The instruction page has the picture of 3 of the options. And on the back, you'll see that there are a set of numbers. And then we're going to look at the second sheet you get, which is an alphabet, and the 2 shapes, along with a small heart that you can use for decorating. I would suggest that you might like to save these actual pages and make tracings from both of these when you want to use them. But it's up to you, you can cut these out. To show how we proceed, I've got the 3 shapes cut out. And see, you can use this on either of these shapes. And then I'm going to take the shapes to one of the pieces of felt. So I'm going to get from this a mitten ornament and a heart ornament. I've used my paper clips to secure the shape to the felt, and then I'm going to trace around the edges. Now I'm using my pencil for that, and I can see pretty well. I need, as you will, you'll need to be able to see. And so you make your pencil marks as dark as you need. And then after that, you'll be cutting them out. Notice how much felt you have left. You're going to save all of this because it's going to be used possibly for the backings of the pockets or more shapes. So this is a 9 by 12 piece of felt, and we're going to save the leftovers. And so I'm going to show you here what this might look like. I've cut out the white shape. Now you see here are my pencil marks. And I try to be careful, as I'm sure you will, but I really don't want those to see. So what we're going to do is use this side of the shapes. That way they're clean, and we don't have to worry about those marks. And again, I'm going to save this piece, and I still have that green piece of felt to use. So we'll set those aside. And we're going to look at this alphabet first. Now this goes for the alphabets and for the lettering. I'm going to decorate my pocket with the letter S. So I've traced off this S and cut it out, and I've now drawn it on the felt, so I can cut it out from here. And this is again another case where I'm going to have a piece of felt with all those kind of marks on it. But you've probably noticed that these are backwards, printed backwards, so that really this is the right side up and that's the clean side. There are no marks on that side. So that's why you see these backwards. Might look a little strange, but there is a system here for this part of the project. And so we have this mitten, and again you see the marks that were on that side. With the mitten shape, you can use it having the thumb in either on the left or the right side, so you can choose if you have a preference. On the next sample, you can see I've made my choices for trims. And I have this paper clip here to show that I can use that paper clip to hold the trim in place while I sew. But you'll never want to sew over the paper clip. You're always going to remove that before stitching. And so I've added the heart and I've added a button. You're going to see some other variations. You should feel free to decorate in any way that you wish. And next, after trimming this piece, let's talk too about that button. You don't want to have the buttons placed in any areas that you're going to be sewing. You want to keep the buttons clear of the stitching line. So here is now what I've put together. This time now we're going to prepare the red mitten top for stitching to a background piece. And I put my paper clips here to hold the shape in place. And you notice that the green piece is bigger than the red. That's so that we can see the green edge at the end after we do the trimming. So I'm going to start sewing here back and forth a little bit to make it strong. And I'm going to sew along here, of course taking out the paper clips, and down here in the curved area. And in the curved area of the mitten, I'm going to sew very slowly so I can make it around the edge of the mitten. And then in the thumb area, I might have to actually stop stitching, lift the needle, and pivot the fabric so I can sew my way around here. This will be open, of course. And for a distance, you might like to sew very close to the edge or about 1/4 of an inch away, whatever is comfortable for you. And then we're ready to trim. Here in this next sample, after stitching, I can cut away the green, and I try to do this neatly. Sometimes I do better than others, but if you want to make marks, you can, but I'll just kind of slowly try to cut. This isn't where you cut quickly. And then the other option, of course, is to use the pinking shears. You might find that your library has a pair that you can borrow, and so we'll finish this off with the pinking shears. I really like this edge that we create with these interesting, now I have to fix that. That's a little messy looking, but that's something that you can do afterwards. Now the next step, and we're almost done, is to add a loop, a hanging loop. On the mitten, it can be in this corner, in the center, or on this corner. And I've added a piece of ribbon, and it's inserted in the pocket. And do you see how I stitch back and forth across the ends so that this is going to be strong? Maybe I'm going to put some extra heavy candy in this pocket, and I don't want the loop to break off. So I want to sew back and forth to secure. And then another option with this mitten is to cut a piece of felt for the loop. Maybe you want to save all your trim for the decorating. And so you've got leftover felt, and this too you could use. It's about a 5-inch long strip, and that can be sewn here in the center if you like. So that's kind of the last step. And I'd like to then show you some of the other options that we have for decorating. Here is an idea. Maybe you want to give someone a pin. You could actually build it into the decoration on the mitten. Here we have a heart shape. This is one of the other color combinations available in the kits. And I just have one piece of trim on this and one larger button. And then another mitten. Now what you want to remember here is that you need to leave an opening. And I'll show you on this sample, because I've marked the ends, that you need approximately a 3-inch opening across the top of the heart so that you can insert whatever it is you need to insert. And actually, if you don't want to insert anything, you could sew all the way around at the end if you wish. So those are some options with the heart. And then in addition, still some other ideas. We have a package that's been gift wrapped, and then we add our mitten shape. Just as decoration, you could insert the name of the person receiving the gift or add it just as bonus package trim. And then another gift bag idea. This time, instead of the loop, I used 2 5-inch lengths of ribbon so I could tie the trim to the bag. So that's another option if you wish. And then the final idea is a garland, and that can be used on the edge of a fireplace mantle, a window curtain, or a table, as we see here, just a variety. This kit will make 6 of the pockets, and you are, if you really like this idea, you can purchase more felt and make a 25 pockets for the 25 days of December. There are lots of things you can do with it. So I hope you'll give this a try. I think it's a fun and very attractive and project for you to sew.